Hi, everybody.
Hey.
It's Christine and Tina, ladies of the Lanai. I'm Christine.
I'm Tina.
And again, we're not out on the Lanai. No, we're not. We're here at Eisenhower Rec Center, and we're going to interview some really special guests today. We have Bonnie and Karen of Thrill the Villages, and we're going to get into everything you'd ever wanted to know about this amazing show. But before we do that, we just want to remind you guys to make sure that you're liking and subscribing and sharing the content that you think others might like. That makes us really happy when we see that all happening. So why don't you start by introducing yourselves?
I'm Bonnie Stein, and I'm the founder and the lead zombie, we call it, here at Thrill the Villages.
And I am Karen Walz. I am the executive zombie, director of operations, and Bonnie's right-hand person.
Wow, executive zombie.
It's a very important title.
That's awesome. So if you haven't already seen Thrill the Villages, basically it is a sort of flash mob, but scheduled most of the time, I think, right? Dance troupe that tends to perform in and around and before Halloween for the most part, and you can catch them doing Michael Jackson's Thriller and some other songs, I believe, in and around the villages. So let's find out all you want to know about them. So how and when did this group get started in the villages?
Believe it or not, it was during the pandemic where a lot of good things did not happen, when one fabulous thing that did happen was the start of our group, Thrill the Villages. During the pandemic, not much was going on here in the villages. I don't know how many of you were around at the time, but a whole lot was not going on. The rec centers were closed. And my group that I'd been part of since 2008 in St. Petersburg decided to cancel their Thrill World Night for Thrill St. Pete. Oh. So I thought, this is the time to start a group in the villages, and we'll just do it. And my thought was one year, and that would be it. I'd go back to St. Pete, but people would not have that. And we ended up, that was the start, 2020 of Thrill the Villages.
Well, that's good. A lot of bad things happened in the pandemic, but that's a good
One
thing.
fabulous thing happened.
Right. And so how did the club grow over time?
Karen should talk about how she got in, because that was the start of our growth when Karen joined the next year.
So in 2020, I saw the first 10 people that were dancing in a driveway party, and I was just mesmerized by the dance. It was just so intriguing. There was just so many parts and pieces to it. And I said, oh my goodness, this is a great dance. And then right after they had said, we're looking for new zombies. And I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So I signed up, and so we went from 10 that year, and then 2021 was my first year. And I joined that, and then I started helping Bonnie right away. And we just grew from 10 to 20 to
40 to 100
to 100, and last year we had 205. Wow. And this year we are at 280.
Wow.
Almost 300, yes.
Now, do you see yourself needing to put a limit on it, or is that?
We actually did put a limit on it this year, because we got a little nervous that we would not fit into the rec centers. And so we kind of closed it at 4 hours of registration. We had 4 hours, and we were full in 4 hours this year. And we'll see what happens next year.
So who can be a Thrill the Villages zombie? I mean, are there qualifications or age limits or anything?
Yeah. As Karen mentioned, in 2020, we were performing on the driveways. That's all we did at that point, is the driveways. And the reason was because during the pandemic, you could not get into the rec centers. So the villages made a rule at that time, originally, that only 10 people could get into the rec center at the time. So that's how we started with 10 zombies. We found 10 people that were willing to come into the rec center and practice. And then Karen saw us at a driveway party. Since then, we've grown. Of course, now we're in the rec centers. Now we have to be conscious of how many that we can't have in the rec center because we're so full.
Were you posting these on Facebook, or you just went to it? You just happened to go to that driveway party and saw it?
At that point, we did not have a Facebook page. We were brand new. We just happened to be performing with Patrina at the time at a driveway party outside. And all our performances that first year were outdoors, of course.
So in order to be a zombie, is there an age limit, or do you have to have prior dance experience at all?
No prior dance experience at all. Karen may want to speak to that. No
Right.
prior dance experience.
Exactly, because I was not a dancer. I mean, I was the Elaine person, you know. And I was like, oh, but I can be a zombie, you know. I mean, they're kind of, you know. So absolutely no prior dance experience. You do have to be a full-time resident of the villages. And we have an age requirement of 50 and over because we are in a 50 and over plus retirement community.
So when you two get to be the right age, you can also be Thrill the Villages.
Yeah.
Can you kind of tell us though about auditions? Like, what is it like? What is an audition like?
We actually do not require people to audition at all. We do not expect them to be a dancer. We say to you, if you love Michael Jackson, if you love Halloween, if you love dressing up, we will teach you everything you need to know. So don't be worried at all about that. You do not have to know how to dance. We'll teach you everything. In terms of how do they get in, they just have to love what I just mentioned, and then they get in.
But you're full now.
But we're full now, so they can think about 2026.
Think
We'll open back up in spring of 2026, and the way to find that out would be to follow us on Facebook. We have over 5,000 fans and followers on our Facebook page, and you can follow us on Facebook. That is Thrill the Villages on Facebook, and you will see when we'll reopen in May. For
May. Okay.
You can also go to our website
That's right.
at thrillthevillages.com.
Okay.
Is our website.
And we'll put the links to all these, the Facebook page and the website in the description of the video for anyone who wants to check it out. And is the schedule for this year up yet?
Some of the public schedule performances are up
there'll be
already.
more.
For example, some of the public ones that anybody can come to will be at Brownwood, we'll be at Spanish Springs, we'll be at Sawgrass, we'll be at Edna's. We're doing a fabulous new one this year at the Wildwood Vineyard, which everybody should want to come to. And our fabulous Thrill Night, where we're part of a worldwide organization called Thrill the World, where all thriller teams perform at the same day, at the same time, always the Saturday before Halloween. We're going to be part of that this year, and we're going to have our performance open to the public at Brown & Brown Farms in Oxford. And the reason why we've done it, first of all, it's an amazing place that every villager will want to go see. But the other reason is because we have outgrown every venue. There's no place here in the villages where we can fit in 280 zombies, and we're going to have all of them performing with us then.
Wow. So getting back to training, when does the zombie training start, and how long does it take, and what kind of a commitment is it?
Right, so we start zombie training the first week of August. And we go, there's three different days that we practice. We have the new zombies practice on one day, and then our alumni are split up between 2 different days. And we go for 10 weeks. So they come, each group comes once a week for 10 weeks.
Oh, I thought it was like 5 times a week or
I
something.
thought it was more. Yeah, I did too. For some reason, I thought it was more.
Well, last year we had, when we weren't as large as we are this year, we had the zombies that were able to come. We have 3 practices, and they can come to any of them.
We let them come. They didn't
let
have
them
to,
come, right.
but we let them come whenever they
And
wanted.
boy, did they come.
Yeah.
They wanted to come. They wanted to come and learn and have that fun. But this year we had to split it up, just our growth.
And you're not going to have all 280 of them perform at all of these things. You're going to split them up. You're going to now. Do you put like some alumni with some beginners at every one, or is it whoever can go to whatever goes?
Good question. We let them sign up. When you're a brand new zombie, you perform only at Thrill Night. That is only one performance for the new zombies, because we are having them make their priority to be mastering the dance and to be figuring out their zombie look and their zombie persona and their attire and their makeup. We're going to teach them everything they need to know. They perform once. Next year when they're an alumni, they get lots of choices. As our alumni will get to choose which performances they want to do. And that's another thing. It is as big of a commitment as you want to make it. You can choose to perform one time. If you wanted to just perform for Thrill Night and that was your only choice, we will let you do that. If you want to perform more, by the time you're an alumni, you get to pick the performances that you want to perform at. So some people might want to do 3 during the season. Some might want to do 5, 6, 7. We let you do that.
And what's a training session like? You just go through break down the steps and you do it part
Correct.
by part?
Correct. It's a 6-minute dance. It's a choreographed 6-minute dance. And everybody around the world who's part of this organization does the exact same dance. So we start out, it's 8 sections of the dance, and we will break it down and teach it to them piece by piece by piece. So last week, this is our 2nd week of training. So last week we taught them section 1 and 2. Today we're going to be teaching them section 3. Their job is to go home and actually practice until they master the steps and come back next week when we add on a new section.
Okay, and tell us about, and we've both seen the show, Tina and I, and the makeup and the costumes. They're truly, you're dedicated.
We are dedicated.
So
we are
tell us how that.
Dedicated with the
do you give-
serious.
AD. We are dead.
Do you give guidelines or do they just make up their own and
Right.
come in and say, is this okay? Or
So
how does that work?
Each zombie is responsible for their own costume and makeup. We do give them tips during the practice season on how to zombie up your clothes. We like it when they take something right out of their closet, something old, not that they go out and they buy a costume. You know, they can go to a thrift store, get something really inexpensive, something they haven't worn in 5 years in the back of their closet, and then we'll teach them like how to make it look old, how to cut it up. We just give them tips on that. And then we do have a professional makeup artist that comes in twice and teaches them like how to look gory
How to
and
look dead.
Yeah, how to look dead and
I look dead, but still. One of my favorites is the one who has the baseball on the side of her head. So you surmise that this is how this
Yes.
person died. Was they took a baseball to the side of the head?
yes,
That's really
Some
creative.
we have some amazingly creative
creative.
villagers who come up with these ideas that were not our ideas. We didn't give them these ideas, but they came up with it. And as Karen mentioned about our professional makeup artist, what's so great about him is that he teaches our zombies, here's a super easy way that's like a 20-minute zombie attire. So some of them love to take an hour and do a really intricate kind of
They're
makeup.
dedicated.
Yes.
Dedicated.
You two will remember that.
But I think the audience can tell who, like you said, that one was memorable.
Oh,
You-
yes.
You know who you find favorites or
And
whatever.
the girl who's Wednesday.
Yes, our
she's not
Wednesday.
over. She's not over 50.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes, she
She's
surely
good too.
is.
I like her too.
Everybody's over 50.
What are both of your zombie outfits look like? Or do you change them each year?
We change them now. My first 8 years with Thrill St. Pete, when I was part of that group, before I moved to the villages, my first 8 years I wore the same costume every single year. But that has evolved, and now I have probably 15 different costumes that I trade out between.
So you have a whole rack in
I
your
have-
closet of zombie
I actually
stuff?
have them folded up in a bin.
Okay.
They don't fit into my closet hanging up. There's other things going on in the closet. But yeah, they're in a bin and I take them out every Halloween and refresh them.
And I pick one, and that's my costume for the year. So
Yeah.
Everybody can do what they want. We don't have any rules other than it has to be a zombie looking outfit. You can't come in a Halloween type outfit.
Come in like clothing that
Yeah.
looks tattered or
right.
That's what we
damaged or-
want. That's what we want. Yeah,
through the-
like looks like you've been in the ground for 40 years.
Yeah.
and
The
then
funk
you just
of
come.
40,000
That's
years.
right.
Oh gosh. So if you mentioned that you do these performances, but you also mentioned private events. if somebody wanted to hire you for a private event, I imagine it's on your website. I mean, how does that work?
Karen, do you want to say that?
Sure, yeah. So we do private events, and they would just go to thrillthevillages.com and go under the tab Performance Request. And we give you the guidelines on what we need in order to perform. And then they fill out a form, and then we get back to them if the date is available.
Fabulous.
Can you talk, like in the zombies in general, what makes a good zombie and what would make a bad zombie that doesn't make the cut? Are there people you like say you can't, you're out? You're not a good zombie?
The
You're not dead enough?
reason-
You're too lifelike.
You're not dead enough.
Really, the only reason they would not be able to perform with us if they did not know the dance and they did not know the steps. So we give them lots of practice. We give them videos to practice with, and we give them tips all the way through. We'll be giving them tips as well. Their job is to go home during the week and make sure they turn on those videos and make sure that they do practice the steps. They have to be fit enough to be able to dance an aerobic dance for 6 minutes. It is an aerobic dance.
Yeah.
And it's 6 minutes long. So you have to be able to keep moving for 6 minutes. Many of them tell us that when they came to start on week 1, they were not as fit as finally by the season ended in October. We've had zombies tell us they have lost weight,
Wow.
they have lost size, they've gotten in shape, they've gotten in the best shape of their life.
They've gotten them through some emotional,
Yeah.
through illnesses that they've had, that this has been their escape and gotten them through some bad times.
Oh, yeah, I know some
It's
people
really
who have done it. I
amazing.
was shocked. I was like, I didn't even imagine you would do Thriller, but like we all went to the, it was at Sawgrass to go watch because it was so exciting. You know what I mean? To see that person do it. Do you have a favorite venue in the villages that you do your performances? What's one of your favorites?
The more zombies that we can have perform with us, I think the more enjoyable it is for all of us, them as well as us. So probably our biggest performances, the ones at Brownwood Square, Spanish Springs Square, Sawgrass, and
Edna's,
certainly Edna's, and certainly Thrill Night when we have all our zombies with us. So those bigger ones, we like doing them all the time, and it's the same dance that we do, and we put as much into it every single performance that we do. I would have to say that the ones that are most enjoyable to me are the biggest ones, partly because the more performers we have, the more the audience members go crazy.
Right.
So it's very
That's
exciting.
the most exciting part is when there's a certain note that's hit and the crowd just goes crazy. And as soon
Is
as
it
you
this
hear that,
part?
it just makes you want to, it just
That's
makes
one
you
of
want to
them.
dance.
That's one of
better.
them.
Yeah.
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened during a performance? Has there been any memorable or just memorable?
What about last year when Cindy lost her wig?
That would be it. That's right. We were doing that outdoors.
Yes.
And she did one of those roar turns, and her wig just flew off.
And how did she handle it? What did she do?
She just,
Kicked it aside
Kicked
and
it
went
aside.
on.
Decided to keep
Yeah.
going. Cool.
yeah, that was it.
And what do you feel since you've performed? Where I forget where you said where?
Pete.
St. Pete?
Oh yeah,
Is that where you
that's
were?
where I'm from.
So what makes performing in the villages different than anywhere else, or even just St. Pete?
I personally love it that we have the only 50 and over group in the world. That's one thing. And when you see our zombies and in unison, I hope nobody from Thrill the World sees this, but I'm going to say it is probably the most in sync group of any of the groups, and there's no other group that is everyone is 50 and over. So
how-
that is exciting.
I was going to say,
too.
how fun is it for someone to have their children, their grandchildren, or whatever, even just to send them the video if they can't be here and say, "Oh, that's my grandma, that's my granddad, whoever,"
Very.
and show all their friends. Like, how exciting is that?
That is super exciting, and it's also super exciting for us to be examples to those kids, and that's what maybe you're talking about, for us to be able to say, look what you can be doing, Everybody loves Michael Jackson. Everybody loves Thriller. It's a #1 selling album in the world. And for over 40 years, Thriller has been it. So you just associate Thriller with Halloween. Every time October rolls around, long before October rolls around, you start hearing Thriller on the radio. And kids love it. Grandparents love it. So we feel like we get to be a part of that.
It's iconic.
Yes.
It is.
Is
very
there
much so.
anything you would like people to know about Thrill the Villages that they may not be aware of?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We are the largest performance group in the villages.
Wow.
Yes, we have the most performers that perform, yes.
So speaking of performing, Tina, they stopped doing some dance performances, like the Hawaiian dancers
Yeah, some
and
of
the
the dance
cheerleader groups have been like
at events, at big events.
they're not doing things, and I'm not sure that how that all started, but does that affect you? Can you speak to that?
Yeah, in fact, the Villages Entertainment was looking for a way to try to match up the groups with the proper venues and the proper events. So, for example, you wouldn't want to see the Thriller Zombies performing at Christmas because it doesn't make sense for us to be at Christmas. So that's what they've been trying to do, and they've been working on that for a few months now.
Okay.
And I think you're going to see some of those groups that maybe thought they weren't going to be performing, they will be performing,
Okay.
but at events that are more suited
That's good to
and
hear.
appropriate
Yeah.
for them. So
All right.
the resident lifestyle groups are very, very important to the villages. We know that by how we're treated. Very important to the villages, and so that will be happening too. The other thing that I would add in there about what we want your viewers and your listeners to know is that anybody can be a Thriller zombie. Anybody.
You just got to get in on time.
You got to get in on time. That's right. But other
Short
than that,
hours.
other than I happen to be in a couple of performance groups here in the villages. I'm part of Evolution. I'm part of the Candy Girls, and those are dance groups where you do have to audition to be able to be in those groups. However, with Thriller, we don't have any audition. We let you in if you want to try it, and you will decide if you can perform it or not. Probably the only reason we would tell you that you're not allowed to is by the end of the 10 weeks, you have not practiced the dance and you don't know it well enough. Other than that, you know it. We don't care if you can't bend as far as everybody else, that's okay. If you can't reach as far as everybody else, that's okay.
Nice.
We're okay with that. We like people. After all, we're zombies. We're zombies. You don't have to be perfect.
Do you lose a lot of people from the beginning to the end?
Not a lot.
Really?
Not a lot, but we do lose some. There are always a few, and I say very few considering how many we have, very few who decide at the end or going through it that it gets to be more challenging than they were ready for to memorize. That's part of it. This dance is fabulous, not only physically, but also mentally. You are having to remember 6 minutes of choreography. So that's a great brain training opportunity for our zombies here in the villages. And then the other thing would be the social and emotional opportunities. Karen alluded to emotional. We also have people say that they have met their best friends in this group. People who have just moved to the villages that were living here 2 or 3 weeks that never had any friends and now have a whole full circle of zombie friends. So there's so many great benefits.
Yeah, we facilitate an environment where we encourage them to not just stay within, not to have like a clique, but to go out and to be like with the other zombies.
Do you have
and-
zombie dinners and lunches and?
We do. We do. Not all year, because one of our policies is that October 31st, after our last performance, we usually have 3 performances
that's
on
the last
October
one?
31st.
Yes.
October 31st is the last one, and then the zombies go to sleep. And they do not wake back up
I think that was
again.
one of your questions.
Well, one of my
wasn't it?
questions was and then what does zombies do in the off season?
So in the off season, they get together. They choose to get together. We have a great big event that I'll let Karen talk to, but they've made friends with each other, and they choose to get together and have all kinds of social
Like
opportunities.
zombie after parties?
They do all kinds of after parties.
do.
All
So you guys are full. if somebody still wanted to get involved, is there anything else that people can do, like help in any other way, or is you full with all that?
Like they watch this and they're
help
like,
with
I want to be a
makeup,
part,
help
so I'm
with
ready
music,
for next
help
year
with
to
setup,
actually dance.
anything.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
other.
Is there anything else?
So we have a lot of our zombies that are just zombies. They are also very helpful. So we have quite a bit of help that comes just from within our zombie things. So for the new ones that are not registered with us, we'd have to say, wait to 2026.
Okay,
but
wait.
sign up in those 4 hours.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Come watch us this year.
Yes.
Come be an enthusiastic
and your
audience
website
member.
will have all the
all that.
all the schedules.
Karen did a great job on the website. We have
It's the
how to
Facebook group, right?
Both.
Oh, you have
Both.
both.
We
okay.
have, yes.
How to be a zombie. You can go to thrillthevillages.com and it'll tell you exactly how you can be a zombie in the future. Karen will talk about the gala. You asked about what else we do. The only time we all come together as another great big group during non-season is once a year. We have a great big celebration.
Mid-season gala. And that is a formal event,
Oh.
and it's a themed event. And it's full, again, we sell out, because the village is we can only put 200 people in one of the rooms. So we sell that out very quick, and we have entertainment, and we have raffles, and it's just a lot of fun. And you get to see the people that were zombies, and now they're all dressed up in beautiful.
Do you have to be a
attire.
zombie to attend, or anybody can go to it?
A
if you have
zombie
ticket?
or a spouse of a
A zombie.
zombie.
I was going to say, one of my last questions, this is kind of a silly one, but if you could mash up Thriller with any other song to do a dance, what would you do?
Oh,
That's a great question because what we did last year for the first time is now it had been since 2020 we had been doing Thriller, and we have some people like Karen who's been with us through 2021. So to make it kind of fun, we added a dance last year, and you might have seen it.
yes, I just don't remember. but
It
I
was
do
the
remember.
Wednesday Adam dance, a Wednesday dance
Oh, I don't know what
from
it
the
is.
Wednesday show.
Oh, that. Okay.
Well, that's one.
Oh, yeah,
That's one.
That's our entry song.
Yeah,
the
and-
Addams
okay.
Family.
We actually, if you've ever heard of Wednesday show, the Wednesday show on Netflix.
Yes,
I don't have
I
Netflix,
haven't
so I
watched
don't
it.
know about
I mean,
that.
I've seen the promos, but I haven't watched it.
We have a dance that we do that Wednesday Adams does in her show. So we added that, and of course we have a Wednesday zombie. So she was our star of that dance. This year we do have a little surprise. and
Oh.
You'll have to come see us to find out what that is.
Can we get a hint?
That's you too also. I'll give you a hint. It is another fabulous dance this year that we're adding to our show. And it is a spooky dance. And that will be something that only the alumni
Don't
will do
react,
this
but
year.
the first song that came to my head was Monster Mash.
Well, that would be the first dance that comes
I
to
guess
a
it's not
lot
it.
of
Okay.
people's head. So we definitely did not pick that.
Okay.
We chose one that would not be
Okay. We'll have to
something
come
in
see
your
it.
head.
We'll
You'll have to come see it. You
What
will
did-
love it.
What is the first performance coming up? Because we'll try to get this out like next week, I think. But what's the first performance coming up before people?
So the first performance that we have, the first public performance, is in downtown Leesburg
Okay.
on the 10th. It's the second Friday.
Of
September?
October, only
Yeah,
October.
Oh, you only
the month of October.
We only perform in
Only perform in
October.
October,
So it's
yeah.
the second Friday, so is that the 10th?
That's the 10th.
And that is Discover Leesburg is what they call it. It's from 5 o'clock. Our performance will be at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. It's from 5 o'clock to 9 p.m. every second Friday in Leesburg.
Oh.
They do something that brings plenty of people from the
I
surrounding
think I've
areas.
seen them advertise
Yeah,
the event.
it's a fun event. And there's always a little bit of entertainment, and the stores stay open a little bit later. And it's to bring people, including villagers, to downtown Leesburg to discover Leesburg.
And what I was going to say, and what's your first performance in the villages?
First performance in the villages would be
Edna's?
Edna's,
Edna's.
and that's when?
October
Well, look for it on our Facebook page. If you will go to Thrill the Villages on
Yeah, I'll
Facebook,
find it. We'll put
you
the
will
link there.
find when our first performance at Edna's will be.
So I have one final question. I'm sure that if we go to YouTube, we can see the whole dance with the music.
Even on our site, you can.
On your site, you can.
Yes.
Now,
Our webpage.
Tell us if there's a way around this. I tried to videotape you guys and post it, and the music got redacted, of course, because it's
Yep.
protected, I guess. But is there a way of
Copyright.
copywritten? Is there a way around that?
There is a way around that, and that is doing it on Vimeo.
Vimeo first.
Yep. You can take your video and then where you post it, upload it to Vimeo.
Vimeo first, and then upload that
That's
video.
right. That's right.
That's
And if you go
interesting.
to our page right now, Thrill the Villages, there's a Vimeo on there right now
So
of
yours
our
are all
Thrill
Vimeos.
Nights. Not all. Not all.
okay.
This one is. In fact, the zombie who did that for us, we're going to have her do some more this year because hers was the most successful, even ones we had done.
Yes.
Because people will take a video of us and post it, and of course, Facebook takes off the
Yeah,
music.
or it sometimes happens when you go to a concert and you videotape it.
I
if
think
anything
the
happens.
Jackson Estate in general is very, because I did a reel once with one of his songs and it was immediately, the music was gone.
Well, that's a good tip.
Yep.
Yeah. And we got secrets, and we got
Vimeo.
tips, and we got all kinds
Where to
of
find the info.
good information.
Yes.
Good.
Another
All sorts of
public
things to
place
look for.
that will be coming up, but that's toward the end of October, is that new Wildwood Vineyards, which will be a great place that people can come, bring their chairs. There'll be plenty of room. It'll be a big performance.
That's October
And
24th.
That's October 24th.
October
That's way-
24th. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. Lots of good information. We're so excited that you were able to come on with us today, and we can't wait to see your performances and see the secret new one and all that good stuff. And will we be able to recognize you each? By the way, if we see you, I wonder. Well, if you recognize
No.
Tina or I, please make sure you give us a good heebie-jeebie while you're at it, okay?
We'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, I think you do too. Anyway, that's it for now. So thanks again for tuning in to Ladies of the Lanai. And please don't forget, if you love what we're bringing you, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this out on your social media so more people can learn about this amazing dance troupe. 50-year-olds only and over here in the villages. Thrill the Villages.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it for now.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Go behind the scenes.
Not closed. Is that right? We do it.
I was going to say organic. Candid.
So here's the so for internal use only, we did zombie mug shots, so everybody can get to know everybody. And this is the organizational team, and it's in a super cool app.
Whole body is a spreader, and you are from the waist down, you are going to take your body, your spreader, and scrape off the peanut butter. So keep your belly button pointed forward. 4 counts of booty bounce. Where do we look first? Front. Where do we look second? Left. Where do we look third? Front. Where do we look fourth? Front. Good. I'm just mirroring you. Your right arm goes down because you are going down and you point your hand down. When you say ha, you point your hand up and your whole arm. 3 hips to the right, 2 hips to the left, 3 roar turns to the right, 2 roar turns to the left.